Capricorn, welcome to Life in Symbolism. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, then thank you for your patience. I realised reading for the collective, I needed to find ways to protect my own energy since we're casting the net so wide, reading for the collective. So I've been away looking into that, learning and building some stronger kind of boundaries so that I can continue to download the messages without getting overwhelmed by them coming in from so many different places on YouTube. So thanks for your patience. Thank you for being here. And we'll see first what's been happening in your recent past, then your present, and then we'll move into your future energies. So Archangel Michael, thank you so much for your protection. Please show us the messages. Please continue to shine the light. Okay, Capricorn. Recent energies in the past, please, for Capricorn. What's been happening for Capricorn in the recent past, please? What messages do we have for Capricorn? Recent past energies. Let's see what you've been dealing with, Capricorn. Okay, it's been an emotional time for you, Capricorn. I feel that you've maybe been expressing your feelings to somebody, and I think there's been difficulties in emotions and communicating feelings between yourself and somebody else. And I think it's proven very difficult for you to move away from that situation. You're feeling, it seems like maybe there's a relationship where you've given it everything you feel you can possibly give it. And I think also the other person feels they've given it everything as well, and they've tried their hardest, and yet there's a lack of understanding here. I think that someone definitely feels that they've given a lot to this partnership, to this relationship, to this situation, and it's not really been received in the way that they'd hoped. And so I think that someone's been struggling to express their feelings, which has led them to escape or to detach from the situation. And for some of you too, you may be feeling a bit unable to draw the boundaries between your feelings and somebody else's feelings. So some of you may be very empathetic, struggling at times with drawing boundaries between yourself, the energy and the feelings of your own, and the energy and the feelings of somebody else's. So just that's definitely something to bear in mind there. This other person I'm seeing doesn't really know what they want emotionally, and I think that they're not as emotionally mature as the other person, and they've not been sure the direction that they've wanted to take emotionally, and because of that there's a bit of a escapism and a detachment on their part too. And for that person, they've really needed to take some time to heal, but also to understand themselves and their emotions better, because I don't feel they've been realistic in a way. They've been living in a bit of a dream world and expecting things to go a certain way. And what that's left the situation with is a lot of heightened emotions, and also people putting their heads in the sand rather than dealing with and confronting the emotions. And because of an attachment to something that's not really realistic, they've ended up walking away actually from something that was good and had the potential to be really good. So it seems that there's holding on here to something that is not realistic. But having said that, even though there's been an emotional detachment, the emotions haven't gone away. So it's not because it's been not been addressed You're not able to move on. The other person's not able to move on. Oh, wow. Gosh. Wow. It seemed that things were happening really, really slowly, and someone was struggling to be patient. Someone found the impatience very difficult. Someone found it. The thing is, with one character here not knowing what they wanted, I feel therefore there was no direction in the relationship, and things were going so slow. Somebody questioned why. And I think so. I think you've had to work. Someone's had to work really, really hard to get a control over their emotions, basically, and to find a bit of a better emotional balance. Maybe even having to make a decision between their head and their heart. But it's a very intuitive time, Capricorn. This energy for you lately has been very emotional, very intuitive. And then we've got your energy, a bit more of a grounded energy coming in here with the Knight of Pentacles. This is reliability, stability, but it's a very slow energy. So perhaps you've been trying to navigate this, looking for some consistency, trying to take responsibility, trying to put in the work and taking action and working very hard in order to reach this emotional stability. However, there was maybe a bit of a lack of confidence. I feel someone was really trying to step up to the plate, to balance the emotions, to balance this emotional situation, but it seems like the energies were against that. Anything else in the recent past, please, for Capricorn? With the emotions being so strong, I'm reading this as a romantic relationship, but for some it could be a disruption in a family relationship or a work relationship. Therefore, I sense that you've been very uncertain and hanging on to this relationship because it's kind of unfinished business and you've been stuck in limbo waiting for things to progress, for things to move forward, to come to some kind of conclusion, some kind of answer. I feel that you've tried to maybe explore other options in the meantime, but nothing's really been coming forward. I feel that you've been waiting for the right door to open, and you've maybe had to taken some time out to absorb the situation, to accept that there are changes, to accept that it's a bit uncertain. Maybe you've had to hold your hands up and just kind of surrender, and maybe review your plans, because I think it's made you feel quite vulnerable, just kind of hanging around waiting in this uncertain, confusing emotional situation. So let's see how that's progressed to the present energies, please, for Capricorn. And it's not what you expected either, Capricorn. I think that's what's difficult about it. It's not the way that you thought things would go. Okay. So in your present energies then, you're taking more time to think about your financial situation, perhaps not in an avoidance, but whilst you're absorbing this situation from the past, you've decided to start moving your energies more into work and pushing yourself forward to become financially independent, to try to not worry about anyone else or anything else, and just kind of focusing on yourself, your financial situation at the moment. Now pages bring news as well, and the Page of Pentacles is good news. So it looks good, and it's showing that you're, although maybe not where you want to be yet financially, it shows that you've got a lot at your disposal to get yourself there. And then you're learning. So I think you're realizing that you've worked very hard, you've been very patient. Some of you this might be a new job or a job opportunity with this good news here. And potentially some training or a new qualification as well. So definitely focusing your energies on something else. What else in the present situation, please? You're having to make a decision about what you do here. You're at a crossroads still. Unfortunately, the confusion you've had in the past, there's still not had a decision or a conclusion or a closure. And so you're still waiting for that. And I think maybe in your present, you're realizing that you have to make a decision in order to move on. And to kind of draw a line, you need to, it's acknowledging head on what's been happening here, so that you can make a decision and hope that things kind of, you get out of this confusion basically. So this is making a decision one way or the other, potentially having some conversations to help you move forward from this. Anything else in the present energies, please, for Capricorn? Ooh. Interesting that for some of you, if this is a romantic relationship we've been discussing so far, if it's romantic for you, there may be a return of this person, but just be careful that they're coming back for the right reasons, because it could almost be like a makeup type situation that is very passionate, but I'm not sure that this is long term. So this person might not be fully thinking through their actions here. And this is someone because of their uncertainty, they're changing their mind a lot, and they're finding it difficult, I think, to settle in their decision. So they're on the one hand, they're wanting to be together, then the next minute they're wanting their freedom. So their energies moving back and forth. But it's difficult because you had such a strong connection that you do want to kind of go there with this person. So it's just making sure that you don't jump into anything or make hasty decisions. Because I would hate for somebody to be upset and to be left hurt or feeling vulnerable again after that. But I do think that you're getting to the point now where you want to know what's happening and feeling a little bit impatient. You kind of want closure and you want to know what's going on. So let's see how this moves forward, please, in the near future energies for Capricorn. Definitely don't feel rushed into anything, Capricorn, if you're feeling a little bit ambushed. It might lead to crosswords as well with 2 knights here on the table. You might have to have a very, very direct and honest conversation. Near future energies, please, for Capricorn. Let's see, how do these energies progress, please, for Capricorn? Good. So in the near future, the hard work, this new job or this offer or the training, you're going to start reaping the rewards in the near future. It's not something that happens overnight. In fact, it's something that does take time, and you might sometimes feel impatient. And in the time that's taken to show the the fruits of your labor. You might feel like you have to keep working, keep, putting yourself out there. But actually, this is more about, yes, persevering and don't give up, but just be, you've planted all the seeds, you've done all the hard work. Try not to get too impatient with yourself in the time that's needed in order to watch these things then grow and come to life. Anything else in the near future, please, for Capricorn? So it does seem like the energy and the time that you've put into your work life is paying off. It's great. Okay, so this decision, this closure that you want to have, I feel that if you have this conversation with somebody, I think that you're going to be wanting an answer from someone. And I also think that you're approaching it from a space of, look, I've got a lot to offer, and I know how I feel, and I know what I'm capable of. And basically, I think you're going to be putting your cards on the table because you're not enjoying this confusion and not having a clear answer. So what I sense here is, let's kind of cut to it. And I don't want to spread my energy thinly. I either want to be in or out. And I think it seems that you're prepared to be in, but it depends how the other person responds. Like, if they're coming to you passionately, it's like, well, hang on a minute, is this just for a short-term thing, or are you coming back to me because you really want something long-term? So I think it's really important for you to be clear now on what it is that you want for when you communicate this. And I do think that maybe keeping an open mind might be helpful at this time if you really do care for this person, because they're coming from a much more uncertain place emotionally, and it might not be that they don't want you or don't want to commit to you. It just might be that they're struggling to settle. Their emotions are a bit more, their energy is a bit more kind of erratic at the moment, whereas yours is much more stable and calm and grounded. So yes, protect yourself. Yes, set your stalls out. Yes, put your boundaries in place and get your answer, and make sure that you set out your boundaries and your expectations. But then also just keep an open mind. If you don't quite get the answer you want straight away, maybe they need a little bit of time to come back to you. But the friends and family might offer you some advice here as well, because this is a nice card of kind of familial friendship support. Anything further for the near future, please, for Capricorn? Also, it might not be the same person coming back. You might actually just decide, right, I'm gonna cut this, like, I'm gonna not stop hanging around and go and wait and meet someone. And you might meet someone really, really quickly, but I don't think that's a long-term situation. I think it's more for like just to feel better about yourself and to try dating again. And I think some of you might be turning to like online dating and meeting lots of other people. But there is definitely lots of communication happening here too. So I do think that this person, if it is unfinished business, you'll be communicating in the near future if you haven't already, and discussing, okay, is this a short-term thing? Is this serious? Are we in or are we out, basically? Because there's other options for you, Capricorn, that I can see. I think there's someone else that might be interested. I think you've got potential to meet people in social environments. I think you've got potential to meet people online dating as well. So there is communication from other people. There's options. And that's why actually also with the King of Pentacles here, as well as keeping an open mind with your communication with this person you've been speaking to, keep your options open as well. Don't, I know, I can see here that you're not going to settle if this person doesn't give you the answer that you're looking for. You're not going to accept that. And still stay in a confusing situation. Actually, you're going to set your stall out and then make the decision whether or not what they say and how they feel you're happy with or not. And if not, then there's loads of opportunities to meet other people. But I do also think that with this communication card, I think you'll be communicating with this person in a far better way than you've been able to in the beginning. And I think that that will help you to resolve the issues and to start moving forward again. So it's a green light, really. It's a nice understanding of others, and it's positive news. So I do think that being upfront in this case and clear about your expectations and boundaries will help you to resolve this situation, to get the answer. And I think you'll just feel so much better, whether or not it goes actually the way that you want it to, and it might be different for each of you, but you'll feel so much better for getting it off your chest and for finding some clarity in a confusing situation. So this is resolution, basically. One way or the other, you'll get your answer and then be able to know which direction you want to move in. So Capricorn, that's what I've got for you. I really hope that this has been helpful. Please like and comment. I'd love to hear from you and hear what's going on with you. Thanks for sharing your energy with me. Archangel Michael, thank you so much for your protection. Thank you for shining the light. Please continue to shine the light for those who need it. And Capricorn, take care, be safe, and I'll see you next time.